my name is Steve. I've got a question. Are you going to bring Paige Turco back and maybe do anything more with her character this year?
Oh yeah, Zoe is the fixer, and shit needs to get fixed. So she's coming back in a big way.
Speaking of characters, I hope we're going to see a lot more of Elias. I thought he was great. Yes?
Oh yeah.
Yes? Excellent.
Yeah, we got to track Enrico down, get him back out there, but he'll be there.
He's great. Next question, please.
Hey, Michael, it's me, Dawn. I made it. Yay.
Oh, fantastic.
I was going to ask about Carrie, but you already touched on that. So now I'll ask about the dog, Bear.
Who couldn't be here?
What's it like working with the animal, the dog? Do you enjoy that?
Well, how do I answer that? You know, there's that old canard in show business that you don't work with children and animals. And that there's a practical sense to that, because you can never win your scene, because the audience's eye will always travel to the innocent and craftless child or animal. Because there's no acting going on, and that's really attractive. So it's a lesson to us all, I'm sure. But I like our dog actor. Boker is the dog's real name. I have a dog at home that's 1/10 that size, so I struggle to manage so large and willful an animal as Boker is. But the scenes turn out great, and I just hope Boker will keep me on the show.
Thank you. Namaste.
Next question.
Hi, thank you all for coming. It's really exciting to have this panel. I originally came to watch Person of Interest for you, Michael Emerson, and I stayed for a dog named Bear.
Michael's Bear's opening act.
But all seriousness aside, it's
Or even else a dog.
The dog refused to come to Comic-Con. I'm sorry.
Too much crowd.
yeah, I wanted the dog's paw print, but no, it's a great cast. And
Your question?
People stop me on the street and they say, I saw the show last week. It was good, but where was the dog?
I was wondering, my question is in line with the question about science fiction on the show and whether that's something that the show can explore more fully. How about the philosophical dimensions of the show? I feel like there's some really interesting questions being raised, especially with the machine sort of being handicapped by Finch, and what it means for it to be free and what it means to be most kind of productive for society. Can we expect to see more of that?
If you could let us know what happens next, we would be incredibly grateful. We should.
I'm with you, though. I thought that, to me, the most poignant thing that's ever been on the show is that idea of the machine being somehow sentient, independent, pitiable, orphaned. I thought, what a great notion that is, that we could have to have our heartstrings tugged at by the plight of a disconnected artificial intelligence. I thought that was a great stroke.
So in terms of poignancy, it would go the dog and then that. I remember very early on the development of the show, I had been told at some point by someone smarter than me that in order to get a show on television, you had to kind of hide what it was actually about and pretend it was about something else. So I was sort of going down that line a little bit. And then I got a few meetings in, and the team that I developed it with at Bad Robot in the studio and the network, very smart. And at some point, someone very smart asked the question, I was like, what's this really about? And I sort of thought, okay, I'll take a chance. I said, it's about artificial intelligence and the way in which we're going to interact with it, and the way in which it will slip into the world unnoticed until, that it won't sort of land with a giant thud, that it'll creep in ways that we didn't anticipate. And that, yeah. by the time you realize it's here, it will have already been sort of so meshed into it, the fabric of our society and what we do, that we'll barely recognize it. We'll barely understand what's happened. If you think of Wikipedia as a form of artificial intelligence, if you think of the Constitution as a piece of software, if you think about the ways in which all these things start sort of coming together, I was fascinated by that question, and luckily it seems like the audience was too. So we very much want to continue pushing in that direction, asking those questions, and the sort of philosophical component of the show, as you said.
I also love the idea that the machine is on the move now and it's mailing itself around wherever. Because you think about it, that's possible. I mean, it's just all by computers. If you're mailing something, picking up, printing a label, you don't need a person to do that.
Yeah, let's see Prism do that.
I'll begin. Next question. We've got a few more minutes.
Okay. Hi, I'm very nervous. So, first of all, I want to say I love you all so much. Amy, it's so nice to see you on the show regularly now. I've loved you for so long. Also, Jim, I really think you should be the next Batman. That's just a random comment I have.
Well, we're going to announce that later.
So my question is, since Root is now regular, will she have a whole episode that's just her point of view? Yes, no, maybe, but preferably maybe yes.
Can you write?
Yes, I am a writer. Yes.
Well, what do you guys think? I mean, you give everybody an episode. You know, everybody has their time to shine. I think that show does a really good job of that.
We'll see if the check clears. I mean, so far we've got a good track record for everyone in terms of that.